something is very wrong here by Rev, and this is about all of the YouTube stuff that's been going on. We've been affected by this as well, so.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So you know it's a pretty bleak situation when on any given day I can make a video talking about major issues going on with YouTube as a platform. There has been a whole slew of cases recently where YouTubers are being negatively impacted largely due to the efforts of YouTube's AI moderation. And unfortunately today is no exception to that. We're going to be talking about some more content creators, in particular VTubers, who are being negatively and unfairly targeted by YouTube's AI moderation system. Now, over the past couple of days, we have talked a lot about one particular issue, and that is the full-scale channel demonetization. Many creators are facing. Hundreds of channels have lost their monetization due to AI.
So actually, I had somebody email me about this inauthentic content stuff. Like, I don't know if they want me to mention them, so I'm gonna not mention them. Not because I don't want to mention them, but I don't know nowadays. You know, shit is so fucked. But I was being told, what I was told by secret person is that this has to do with the system, and this goes to me saying how I said before that people design things, but they're not really designers. They don't understand human nature. So apparently what's going on with inauthentic content is that the method of which they're using to determine if a content is inauthentic is polls, surveys. They survey people that watch videos. And the problem is if you have a political video, you're going to have people that are going to say, yes, this content is inauthentic, right? If you do this by survey, again, political videos will be disproportionately affected by it. And the lack of understanding that human nature will tend towards that and not adjusting for that is what I said about people creating systems and designing systems without human nature in mind. It's ridiculous, right? People that will abuse that system to target creators. Well, no, not okay. No, it doesn't even have to go that far. It doesn't even have to go that far into like specifically abuse. It's just people that watch political content are going to be more polarized, right? So you're going to have cases where people say, oh, I didn't like what I listened to. This is inauthentic. Wouldn't all positive comments be inauthentic? Well, the thing is and this is why you actually don't, and as far as I know, data-wise, the people getting inauthentic content isn't specifically related to a specific political side. Apparently, this is also happening to people on the left, which would make sense that any sort of political or controversial content would have more people dock it as being inauthentic. And this is why you have AI being attacked by it as well. Because there are a ton of like very, very emotional anti-AI people, right? That's why.
Moderation from YouTube flagging their channel as inauthentic content. Basically telling these very real channels run by human beings that their content is so regurgitated and so mass-produced and inauthentic that there is no human involvement whatsoever. Obviously, if you checked out these actual channels for yourself, you would realize within seconds these are real channels run by real people.
Actually, I think she would be fine with me saying who it was. It was Simone. Simone was talking to me about this like earlier from Basecamp. You should check them out, by the way. They have a great channel. One of my favorite channels on YouTube. Spicy channel.
But the AI moderation system is flagging these channels left and right, and YouTube is not doing a very good job at fixing these problems. And also, don't look to the media or anything like that to help you out because nobody is reporting on this, which I find very suspicious. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about some related issues, especially with AI moderation on YouTube, involving the VTubers SmugAlana and Leaflit, who
That's me, Leaflit.
Their content I enjoy. I've reacted to them and covered them before, and they've reacted to some of my videos, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware of them, and they're unfortunately being targeted by YouTube and their AI moderation system, just like these other channels we've been talking about. So let's begin with Leaflit. This is a very cut and dry case where Leaflit recently had a video removed from their YouTube channel, and they were hit with a strike, which is a very big deal when it comes to a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it is.
Now let's hear the context, because I heard about this on stream yesterday, but I did not know the context. But Leaflit today has made this tweet describing the situation while tagging Team YouTube and trying to get some answers and some corrections to these clear errors. So Leaflit says, At Team YouTube, you're removed and given a strike on one of my recent videos due to harassment and cyberbullying policy, which according to you, and I quote, content that targets someone with prolonged insults or slurs based on their intrinsic attributes. This includes, but is not limited to, content that is uploaded with the intent to shame, deceive, or insult a minor.
Yep.
So they say the minor in question and the video in question is where Simone H. Collins plays with his kids and in one instance calls them little bastards as an affectionate nickname. Policing how parents express love to their children, what was obviously happening in the scene,
it's obvious
feels
that you wanna
deeply
watch it.
dystopian. Many of us have memories of being called things like little monsters with affection, and trying to reframe that as abuse is ghoulish. I hope this was just some kind of mistake or an action by an overzealous moderator. If this is indeed against the rules, please tell us plainly that you think this kind of endearing moment is too far for your policies.
Yep.
And this is the clip. I'm not even gonna play it. You can see what's happening here, right?
Yeah.
His kids are playing in the background. This is playing in Leaflit's video, and he affectionately calls them little bastards. Like, you know, many parents.
Yeah, it's because they're like jumping right from here. They're like jumping from up here to down there, and you know, obviously like Malcolm is like, what are you doing, right? You guys might get hurt, you little bastards, right? It's like it's just completely
obviously this was not meant to demean or hurt their feelings. It was just a playful nickname given to the kids in this clip. But according to YouTube, this went too far and resulted in a strike for harassment and cyberbullying, which this rule has been used in some very diabolical ways over the years. But
diabolical.
In this case, it seems completely and utterly ridiculous. And I believe, personally, this whole thing happened because of AI moderation. That was likely why it was flagged in the first place.
Yep.
And was likely why it was reviewed and given a strike. Because if any human being looked at this, they would know. There's nothing worth striking a channel for, taking down an entire video for. And unfortunately, at the very least, we have some AI moderation issues, but also it could be an overzealous moderator. But someone needs to look at this and fix this issue. And with this situation and the next situation, I will provide a link to this tweet in the description if you guys want to
you can watch the video.
Share this post, because that is the best way, unfortunately, to get the attention of YouTube, specifically through their team YouTube account, because unfortunately you can't get into contact with anyone at YouTube. You have to go to Twitter and tag Team YouTube and hope for a response that way. So that is the situation with Leaflit. Let's move on to the situation with Smug Alana.
Yeah, so there's apparently a lot more cases in which this has happened. So
which is a little more complicated, but I think a very valid set of complaints and something worth talking about. So Smug Alana made this post and it got a lot of attention, where she says, why does at YouTube hate VTubers so much, man? On April 28th, my reach and impressions dropped to 0 overnight and killed all my videos.
Desu.
0 strikes.
YouTube's been really fucking with content creators lately.
Warnings. Was I caught in an AI inauthentic content sweep because I'm a VTuber? Please review and fix this at Team YouTube. And you can see everything's very consistent, and then right on the 28th, boom, big drop off. And you know, it's hard to talk about these issues. People basically just saying like, oh, well, you just fell off, right? You know, it's hard to come off like you're not complaining, but these are very real issues, and it requires a lot of nuance, and unfortunately, it's hard to say anything because this is all stuff happening behind the scenes. But what's happening here, for someone who consistently uploads, this is not normal. It's not normal to have a big drop off out of nowhere. And as someone who's been uploading daily for about 6 years now, yes, I've experienced weird drop offs like this. You can't pinpoint why it's happening, but you know it's happening, right? You don't just have a gigantic drop off out of nowhere like this. It is not organic, okay? And that's the issue with YouTube, right? You're at their mercy, and things like this happen all the time.
Yeah, not only are you at their mercy, but you have no idea. Like, you have no idea what it could possibly be because they're not transparent about anything. So, like, you don't even know. Like, did you do something wrong? Like, did the algorithm change? Like, it's all theories. It all becomes this big theory crafting shit because you don't know what happened. They don't tell us about anything that happens. And the thing is again, is all of this has to do with your livelihood, right? because not just the content creators themselves, but their editors and anybody that does any sort of management for them are all reliant on this for their income. And this is why it's so scary to be a content creator, because you can just be nuked at any time. And not only is it difficult in the first place to become a content creator, again, I've said it before, you spend so much time making $0 just on the hope, on the dream that like one day you'll be able to make it, you'll be able to make an income enough, and then you're like, oh, I'm making enough money, now I can quit my job, now I can commit to this full time, only to be fucking nuked right after. So it's incredibly scary.
Where there's changes behind the scenes and you're just kind of at the mercy of it. But you can see Team YouTube actually replied. They did not reply yet, at least as of now, to... You can see Team YouTube actually replied. They did not reply yet, at least as of now, to Leaflit's post, but they did reply to this one saying, we sent you a DM so we could get more details and figure this out together. Okay, that seems somewhat decent, but what exactly are they going to do, right? This seems like a much deeper issue than whatever's going to be covered in a DM here, but we'll have to wait and see where that goes. But another VTuber, Kitsu here, came out and said, actually same BS for me. My impressions and reach dropped. I am in a 3-day jail. My videos are not getting suggested, and yet all they did was say it's working as intended and mock me. This has been my life for 2 months now. And you can see this email she sent to YouTube partner support, where they say, oh, thanks for your response. However, your channel has been fully investigated and it's working as intended. There's no internal team for such requests with a channel's performance. If you are not satisfied with having 2.8 million impressions despite only having 94,000 subs on your channel, yada, yada, yada. That is so passive aggressive and unprofessional. I cannot believe they actually sent this. This was an actual human being responding this time, because AI doesn't have that kind of sass in them. But like, this is crazy. This is a crazy thing to say for someone raising complaints about their impressions or engagement randomly falling off seemingly out of nowhere. And
so let me explain this to you guys if you don't understand this, like content creator shit. Let me translate. Okay, so basically what happens is when you put a video up, it serves the video, right? So it will push the video to like X amount of people in their feeds. And if that is lowered, then obviously the amount of views you would get is lower, right? So you're at the mercy of them actually serving your video to people on the platform. And that's kind of what she's talking about, is that, oh, the amount of people that you guys have been serving my video to has dropped significantly.
With Kitsu and with SmugAlana in these situations, and I can speak for myself as well, none of these people are in trouble with YouTube. They're not facing strikes. They're not in any sort of penalty box from YouTube. It's just things are changing without any sort of notice or express reason given to you why it's happening. So you don't even know what to fix if you want to turn things around.
And again, that's the problem, is it's so cloak and dagger. You have no idea what you could do either. It's not like, if you work like at an office and like you're doing poorly, you could ask your boss, hey, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, is there any feedback you have for me? You can get direct feedback. It's not like that with YouTube. It's all fucking etherical. You have no idea what's going on. Like, you have no idea like what you can do to improve. You have no idea what could have caused like this drop in viewership. Like, you have no idea. You just had to guess.
Even if you do accept that things have changed, right? But this set of replies to Kitsu is very funny, back to back. SmugAlana says, the gall to type that too. And then
Medlane says, I somewhat disagree that this is a YouTube company problem. This is an American culture problem. People do not want to fix the core issues, which would fix this. Wait, what do you mean?
Team YouTube says, thanks for the tag. We'll look into this again. Keep you posted. Which we'll see again if that means anything. But you can see this reply and raises some interesting points, saying the supposed rumor is that there is an automated scoring system for a YouTube channel where once it crosses a threshold for a hidden spam or dangerous content score, the channel becomes siloed to a smaller and smaller group of viewers.
There's rumors that there's an automatic scoring system for a YouTube channel where it crosses a threshold for a hidden spam or dangerous content score. The channel becomes siloed.
Happens to a lot of channels before it gets hit with demonetization or channel ban. And SmugAlana says, yeah, I heard about that too. Even if you get no warnings or community strikes, the content inside can get flagged as inappropriate and gets nuked. Again, it's very hard to talk about these things because it's a bit of a tinfoil hat conspiracy. We don't know any of this for sure, but again, as someone
You
who's
know
been uploading
nothing.
daily for 6 years, like, I know that there's weird stuff that happens. And the way I kind of describe being a YouTuber, especially over the course of time, and especially if you're someone who covers anything controversial whatsoever, like,
Yep.
as long if you're not like a family friendly channel, it's going to probably happen to you one way or another over time.
Yep.
It's basically like you're flying a plane, and over the course of time, every couple of months, something stops working, right? Like the call attendant button stops working, or the engine, one of the engines stops working, and you just keep trying to figure out how to keep the thing moving. And that's kind of like YouTube, right? Where it's like over time, certain things just stop working the way they're supposed to, like notifications stop working for your subscribers. Or I can even report from people telling me being forcibly unsubscribed from channels, like
I've had people say that happened to my channel. Yep.
my own, for example, or people not being able to find certain videos, or if you do that restricted mode, right, where some videos just don't even show up at all under certain circumstances on your channel. There's a lot of very weird stuff that happens behind the scenes, and you're just constantly having to evolve. But ultimately, the reach gets tighter and tighter and tighter over time because YouTube wants to make way for more reliable sources of income, mainly Hollywood, the entertainment industry, celebrities, all that stuff. They want to be the next big streaming service, the next version of TV. That's their focus. Everyone else is expendable. And
classic build your audience on indie and then fuck them once you have the golden audience. It's so annoying.
The interesting thing is,
Milton says I can go in depth. The issues American people are very anti-government because they force companies to be their own moral police. There's no concept of what is morally correct handed down from the government, like say in China. In China, this isn't the problem. You know what is wrong and what you can't say because the government forces what is right. In American YouTube, we have forced these websites to be moral arbiters. Well, I don't know what that has to do with them being consistent and clear about it. Like, if they're just consistent and clear, then everyone can understand what they want, or there can be social pressure against it. Like, there's no... The problem is that it's hidden. That's like the main issue.
Well, other people have shared the experience, basically saying on the third day of a video being live, that's when all of a sudden the reach comes in, which is pretty debilitating for a video, right? Your first 3 days getting no reach, and all of a sudden then it expands. But, I know many people who could probably do the inverse of this, where they get all of their reach in the first 3 days and then it just flatlines. And that kind of is across the board. But Smug Alana raises a good set of questions here, saying, I would love to have a data analysis of a bunch of YouTubers of varying sizes to show how many experience this, and break it down by VTuber versus non-VTuber to show if there's a correlation or not, because I know that non-VTubers experience this as well. Yeah, I think this is more of an across-the-board thing, but I think VTubers are always the first on the chopping block and the least cared about demographic among YouTubers. I mean, that's true on YouTube, that's true on Twitch, in a lot of places, but
True.
I think that would be a very interesting thing for someone to
Anime
aggregate
people oppressed
into,
once again, right? Oh, anime oppression is real.
to look through the data
Anime
of many different content
discrimination.
creators, both
We're the most
VTubers and
oppressed
non-VTubers alike, to see if there's any sort of a, pattern of behavior, something to look at here that maybe people could learn from, or at least bring to YouTube and say, hey, what's going on here? This looks weird. Are you going to do something to fix this? Are you going to be more transparent about this? Ultimately, YouTube has really been dropping the ball recently, and there's more and more noise, and as they switch over to AI moderation more and more and commit to more of it, I think we're going to see a lot more of this stuff happening. And it's up to people, especially content creators, to say something about this. And again, I'll put a link to SmugAlana's main post and leaflets in the description if you guys want to share those around and interact with them and hopefully get more attention from YouTube and maybe get some sort of a fix for all of this. I hope so, but that's the least I can do. But for now, that's really
the problem is that there's no recourse. There's no alternative. Actually, the one that has a really good alternative right now is Twitch. Twitch and Kick. Kick is a pretty good alternative to Twitch, but like YouTube doesn't really have a good alternative. Like Rumble, but like Rumble isn't that big, right? So it's kind of hard.
Situation. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, drop a sub, consider putting on those notifications to see if they work in the first place here. I upload daily and stream multiple times a week if you enjoy that sort of thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.
Man, I'll link you guys the video here. Yeah, it's interesting to see it happening as well to Alana. Alana has had a really rough time about it, to be honest. Like, she's been dealing with this painfully.